Hey, good day everyone. This is the Sony NP-FZ100. It's a rechargeable battery designed for Sony Alpha cameras. To be honest, I've been longing to create this video ever since I've got my Sony a7 III in 2020. For me, this is by far the best battery for a full-frame mirrorless camera. Let me give you a brief summary on my photography journey. So I started with Nikon, or Nikon as most people call it. I don't have any idea about the sizes of the sensor then. I do love the D3400 though, and the lenses I've got with it. Until I wanted more features. It only has a fixed LCD screen and no other ports for an external microphone. Then came the D5300. This is a very good upgrade for me as this has a fully articulated screen, microphone port, and a built-in Wi-Fi. I've tried to add more lenses, even buying second-hand to save some cash. I'd like to say that third-party lenses like Tsukina works well for the system. So as I go along with photography, I learned that I needed something with a dual SD card slot and a weather seal camera body. So that's when the time when I moved to the D7200. It's a long transition though, and this time I'm holding a bigger camera body, is still a crop sensor, but with the pro-like features. And this time I'm using a different lens lineup. I am very happy using this camera until I noticed something. And that is I'm getting a lot of focusing issues with my DSLR and lenses. I think it's something of a design flaw since DSLR involves a lot of mechanical process and parts. The Nikon D7200 has a calibration tool to address that issue, but it didn't work. Moving forward, I am considering myself on jumping to the full-frame sensor DSLRs, but had a second thought about it. That also had me decided to go to the mirrorless full-frame system. I browsed Nikon or even Canon mirrorless cameras, but was also hindered on how terribly short the battery life is. Enter the Sony Alpha A7 III. This is the only full-frame mirrorless camera that offers longer battery life versus the other brands at that time. This one can take up to 610 shots on a single charge. I know mirrorless cameras tends to use more power since they have electronic viewfinders, but the Sony Alpha battery lives on its standards. So I purchased it and still happily shoots with it in 2023. Interestingly enough, it's also the same battery that powers the other premium Sony Alpha camera lineup, like the Sony A1, the R and S series, the FX, and even the Sony A7 IV and the A6700 crop sensor. As you can see, this has an Lithium logo. It's a trademark of Sony Corporation. It's a device that can exchange data with compatible electronic equipment about its energy consumption. Unfortunately, this battery doesn't come with a charger. You can either charge it inside the camera body or use the official BC-QZ1 charger, which is sold separately for about $99. For me, I'm just using a third-party dual charger from Neewer. I've been using this for more than 3 years now and it works really great. Be aware though that there's also some reports of fake copies of this battery. If you need a spare or a new one, I would highly recommend to just buy it from authorized retail stores in-store or online. I currently have 3 of these FZ100s, but most of the time, one is enough for a 3 to 4 hour event. And hey, that's it guys. If you reached this far, I'd like to say thanks for watching. I also heard a lot of good things about the third-party Wasabi FZ100, but I haven't actually tried them yet. Cheers!